Hi everyone, welcome back to the latest tutorial. This week we're going to go over how to use a digital planner. I've gotten a lot of questions in some of the forums that I follow when it comes to using digital stickers as well as digital planners, and often there's some confusion on just how to get started. So this week I wanted to highlight how you can use any of the digital planners that you can purchase from my Etsy shop, and just some typical general how-tos that would be applicable to any digital planner that you might be using in an app like Goodnotes. So the first thing you'll need, of course, is your iPad and the Goodnotes app. So we will be working in Goodnotes because this is what I use, and I optimize all of my digital sticker sets as well as my digital planners to Goodnotes. So to open it, you'll find your Goodnotes app. Click on it with your Apple Pencil and it'll pop up. So it pops up to a digital planner that I had been working on for my last tutorial. I'm going to close out of these. What you'll notice is that there's tabs right at the top. You can just click X to exit out of them, and then you can click this little left arrow button and it'll take you to your main documents section in Goodnotes. Here you'll typically find files, any of the planner files that you've loaded or imported into your app. So what we're going to do is we're just going to find a digital planner that I'm going to be working in. Let me see if I can. So I'm going to use my Pastels planner pack just because it's easy to view and see, and it's something that I have already preloaded. I'm going to click inside that folder. And what's nice is that you can keep like items together. You can group things and create folders. So to do that, what you can do is hit new, and then you can select folder. You can name it, and then you can use that to create specific files that have like items together. So specific sticker packs as well as specific digital planners, digital notebooks, scrapbooking kits. That way everything kind of stays together. I'm just going to hit cancel. I'm going to open up my Pastels planner pack, and this has all of my digital planner files as well as my digital sticker files for this specific planner pack. So I'm just going to open up the file and it'll pop up, and what you'll notice is that it'll open up to whatever page I was on last. If you haven't opened it, it'll typically open to the very first page. What we need to keep in mind is that when we're working in these planners in Goodnotes, in order to be able to use the tabs, you need to be in editable mode. So to do that, you'll click on the little pen icon in the upper right hand corner. Right now my pen icon has a little slash through it. That means I'm in basically like edit mode. So I can add images, I could use the lasso tool, I can use my pen tool, I can erase, I could basically add things to my planner. But if I want to be able to use the tabs, I will click off of this and it'll give me like a little circle around it, and I'll be able to use the tabs that I have on my planner. So you'll notice on these planners I have monthly tabs, I have a home tab, I have a notes, goals, stickers, and finance tab. So basically it'll take me to specific areas within the planner if I click on those tabs. So I just have like a plain gridded sheet for notes that I can doodle on. I have a goal spread that I like to use with like a vision board and monthly trackers and goals that I can fill out. If I click on my stickers page, for this particular planner, I already preloaded some stickers onto this, some very functional basic stickers, but you can remove them and add them. I have a finance page, and then I have each of my monthly pages as well. So March, April, May, and so on and so forth for my monthly spreads. And what's nice though is that behind each of these monthly spreads, if I swipe across, you can just keep going to the next month. Or if you go to the bottom, I have a daily page that can be duplicated and used after each monthly page, and then same thing with a weekly layout that I can duplicate and move out behind my monthly layout as well. So what we're going to start with is just a very basic weekly spread. I'm going to go to my stickers page. I want to pull some of my stickers. This is from my pastel sticker pack that's available on Etsy. In order to be able to select these stickers, we need to go into edit mode now. So just like what we did earlier, to click out of edit mode, we're going to click on the little pen icon. We want to have it so that it has a slash through it. and we are going to be in edit mode. This allows us to basically edit and pick up and use any of the stickers on this spread. So to select a sticker, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the lasso tool, and then I'm going to use some of this washi tape. And you don't have to be perfect about this. You just want to make sure that the lasso is selected, partially on the sticker. And then I'm going to take my finger, hold down on it. I'm going to get this little pop-up that says edit. I'm going to click on edit. And then I'm going to put my finger on this again, hold down. I'm going to get another pop-up that says share. I'm going to click on share. And then I'm going to hit copy. And then it's going to copy it for me. And then I'll click out of my edit mode. I'll go back to my weekly spread. And then once I'm on my weekly spread, I'm going to take my finger, hold down on the screen, and then I'm going to select paste. And then it's going to give me my sticker. And I can resize it however I'd like it. I can rotate it. I'm going to pull this over. I'm going to resize it down a bit. And I'm going to pull it into my Saturday. All right, so when I'm done with that, I can just click outside of it and it'll just place it. And once you look in and you zoom in, you'll see that it's placed nice and neatly. It looks like a nice little washi strip. Now I'm going to click out of edit mode once again. I'm going to go back into my stickers page. I'm going to grab this don't forget sticker so that I can add some reminders to this layout. I'm going to click on my lasso again, select it, and make sure that just the item that you want to select is selected. Don't click anything outside of it because it'll grab both of them. Then I'm going to take my finger, tap down, wait for the pop-up, hit copy, go back to my weekly spread, and then hold my finger down on the page, wait for my little pop-up, select paste, and then I'm going to pull my don't forget over into my notes section. Now I'm going to keep doing this until I have all the different elements that I want. Remember going back and forth between edit mode and non-edit mode so that I can go between my tabs. I'll go back to my stickers tab, and then I'll go back through and select the rest of the stickers that I want to incorporate. So now that you get the gist of picking up stickers and pasting them into separate pages, I'm going to put a bit of music over, and then we'll get back to the voiceover in a moment so that we can go over how to actually edit, write, and use some of the functions in Goodnotes as well. Alright, now that I'm done with adding my stickers to my page layouts, I want to go over some of the functions before we actually begin writing on our planner. So what you'll notice is your top menu bar in here allows you to basically bookmark, search, undo, as well as go into that edit versus non-edit mode. And then you can also click on these three little buttons and you can copy specific pages, add pages to outline, go into document editing, and you can also clear your page of any elements that you added that aren't already on that page. So if we look at this top menu bar, if you click on those four little squares, it will take you into our thumbnail section. So basically this gives you an overview of all the thumbnails that are located in your file. So basically all of the monthly spreads, your weekly spreads, your daily spreads, and then any extra pages you may have in your outline. So you can click on any of these pages and it'll take you directly to them. You can delete from these areas by clicking on select, and then you can hit the trash can. You can copy any of the pages, so that's what's nice if you go into your weekly spreads. you'll be able to actually physically copy this spread and reuse it over and over again, and it'll pull it right to the end usually it'll pull it right to the end of your layouts. You can also export specific layouts, or you can export a specific book in general if you like a planner that you've created and you want to export the whole thing, or if you're like me and you sell them online, this would allow you to export and optimize a Goodnotes file. So if you click on the search function, you can search throughout your file. You can search for notes, words, anything specific. You can bookmark specific sections on your layouts as well by clicking on that little bookmark icon. And if you click on the little share icon, you'll be able to export the specific page. You can export all. You can print from this as well. You could also, if you're in a presentation mode, you can mirror your screen as well from here. We already went over the edit icon, the editable and non-editable. Again, if we click on these three dots, you'll be able to copy your pages here as well. The big thing that's easy to use is this clear page function. So if you're reusing your planner year after year, month after month, and you want to clear a page out and get it ready for the following year or following month that you're using, you'll be able to quickly clear any elements that you've added on top of the page in here. In all of my notebooks and all of my planners, I like to have an instruction page, and I usually have that as my home page. So we're going to go into the non-edit mode so that we can click on our tabs, and I want to go through how I use mine. So if you go to your home button, it'll take you to the front page of your planner. You can add things like you can write on the things to remember, the little post-it note. This is just the home page. It'll take you to the beginning of your planner. If you swipe left, it'll take you to my instructions page. So I like to explain basically how to use your planner. This is a really good practice if you are selling your digital planners, adding some form of instructional sheet to your planner. It could be separate, it could be in your planner, just something that people can reference back to in order to basically have a more user-friendly opportunity to use your actual planner. So I highlight how to use the tabs. Basically, use the home tab on the top left. You just use your stylus to click it. Remember, you want to make sure you are in that non-edit mode, and it'll take you right to that front page. You can use these top tabs the exact same way, again just using your stylus by clicking on them. Same with the month tabs and the bottom weekly tabs. Now, when we're working with our stickers, importing is probably one of the most difficult aspects for people, remembering the steps and getting used to how to actually import and place them in. I'm not going to go into too much detail on this one because I do have a video here on YouTube that goes over the specific steps on how to import your stickers into Goodnotes. I go through it from the design space that you're working with. In my case, I was working in Affinity Designer, how to export them, and then actually how to load those final PNG files, which will work for anything that you use, whether it's something that you made or something that you downloaded, how to import those PNGs into your digital planner in Goodnotes. So if you want, I'm going to include a link in the description box and a link up above that will take you to that video. So if you're already used to working in planners and you're just looking for a quick, step-by-step tutorial on how to actually import your stickers, you can check that out. But like I said, I like to have instructions in my planner. So in this case, I kind of go over how to import your stickers into your app, basically downloading the sticker file into your tablet in the PNG file format, and then importing them into Goodnotes by clicking on the little plus icon up here. And then you can navigate and import and find your files. You can browse. In my case, I have some in Affinity Designer. I'll go into my What Moms Run On files, and then you can import from here. Or you can do a side-by-side, which is what I like to do. I go into I'll double click out, and then I'll go into my little tab bar at the bottom, take my file folder and drag it up and place it next to my Goodnotes files. and then I'll be able to actually drag directly from here. So when we're placing the stickers, just kind of like how we did earlier with going into my sticker page, which was already formatted and optimized for Goodnotes. If I click on it, it'll take me to that page, and all I have to do is select it. If we want to add more stickers to this page, we can by doing the side-by-side view. So I'll go into my files, and then I have this side-by-side, and then I go into my PNG files, and then I'm gonna grab a sticker and just drag it over using either my finger or my stylus, drag it over, and it'll go right on top. So the important thing to note with these stickers is that when you're saving your files, you want to make sure you're exporting them as PNGs with a transparent background. That way you don't have the white background. Well, in the case of these stickers, I kind of wanted them to feel like the real thing, like a Kiss Cut sticker that would have like that white around the edges. So that's why it looks like that. But you don't see any white within the square. It basically has no background. So that's the important thing to note. Is that you want to make sure it has a transparent background so you can place it on top and it looks and feels like an actual sticker versus just a JPEG or an image that you're placing on top of your files. This allows it to just have that more vibrant effect. In this case, it showcases the effects that I've added to it, like the drop shadows and things like that. And you can just add stickers to your pages and your elements very simply like this. But I just wanted to kind of highlight this really quickly for you. Okay, so now that we understand how to place stickers, how to load them, then we can go into writing on our pages. So we are going to go back out into that non-edit mode. I'm going to go to my weekly spread, and then I am going to just add the date and some information as well. So to do this, what we're going to do is we are going to go into edit mode, and then up here in this middle panel, you will see different little icons. So this is our pen icon, this is our eraser icon, this is our highlight icon, this is our shape maker tool, this is the lasso tool that you'll be using quite often with the stickers. This is our add image tool, and it allows you to pull an image directly from your camera roll. If you saved your maybe the PNGs that you loaded into your iPad were saved in your camera roll, you can pull them directly from there. You can add a picture as well. You can add text using the text tool. So if you don't like your handwriting or anything like that, you can actually use the text tool, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. It even allows you to change it from bold to italic, and also gives you options for the styling, the size of your font, and you can also change the font as well, which is really, really nice. So first, let's just try writing. So what I find, in order to write the neatest in here, I have to zoom in. So yes, I'll zoom in super, super close. You can change how thick or thin your line is by going over to the right hand side here. You have three options, a thin line, a medium line, and then a really thick line. I'm just going to go with a thinner line. You can change your color as well for your pen by clicking on the this little circle with a color in it. It has like a little arrow pointing down. This is your pen color, and you can change the color of your pen option. So you can use pink, you can use whatever you want. Again, this arrow up here, this back arrow, is your undo arrow. So I'm just going to add some of my information for this week. If you don't like what you wrote, you can undo it, or you can use your eraser tool and just erase it. Okay, so now that I have everything written down, and what you'll notice, I kind of like adjusted my screen. It's just easier sometimes for me to write at an angle, so don't be afraid to zoom in. Make sure you're comfortable so that if you want your penmanship to look as nice as it can be. It does take some getting used to writing in Goodnotes. It's not like if you're used to using something like Procreate. Usually Procreate, the brushes are really fantastic. They kind of like self smooth. It doesn't really happen in these, so just I'd say the closer you can zoom in, the easier it is for you to write. So I kind of outlined my week. I know there are certain things that are really important that I have to keep in mind, so I like to go back through and highlight those. So I'm going to change my highlight to like a color that matches really nicely with what I'm working with now, so just like a pastel purple for now. And I'm going to use a medium size highlight just to kind of go back through and highlight the things that I know I need to keep in mind for this week. And what's nice with the highlighter, it kind of does like a highlight effect where it pushes the highlight color behind the text, so it feels like it might be the real thing. That's what I like about Goodnotes. They kind of try to make it as intuitive and as close to the real thing as possible. Obviously, it's not exactly the same as paper planning, but it's close to. There's also the shape function. If you want to add different shapes, you can do this. What's really nice is that you just can draw it out and then it's going to snap to the closest shape possible. And it gives you nice straight lines. So this is just something that's really easy and simple to use, especially if you like adding your own like trackers and things like that. You can do that. I'm going to go back in, add my top goals for the week. And like I said earlier, if you click that little picture icon, what's nice is that once you click it, it allows you to pull in anything that you have inside of your photo roll. So I'm going to pick this YouTube PNG that I had created because I know I have to film and work on YouTube stuff for Wednesday. So I'm just going to add that in there just for a little extra fun element. Once I'm done, this is my final spread. So I like to keep it simple and clean, minimal, not too much going on. I mean, I know it looks like a lot's going on over here, but overall, I like to use the layouts and the spreads that I've already created, and I like to just highlight key things that I know are important. So this is what a final spread would look like, and this is basically how I go about using my digital planner. I hope you guys found this informative and helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for creating with me today. Bye.